I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. Firstly, let me just apologise about the lighting and the quality of the video. It's, November, England, dull as shit outside, raining, and this camera just cannot handle, non-natural light. So the big light's on so you can see me, but quality's terrible. I am saving up for a new camera though. Anyway, so yesterday, in case you missed it, I returned and also did a recent video game pickups video highlighting all the games I got during my hiatus. And today, as promised, is my non-gaming pickups from my hiatus. So, pardon me, excuse me, I've just had a toastie for breakfast and the cheese appears to have made me windy. Yay! Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Firstly, with something a little different, we've got some Dragon Ball Z playing cards. I like playing cards. At one point I used to have tons of packs. Anytime I went somewhere, the seaside for the day or abroad on holiday, I would always have to get a pack of cards, for that location. And just had tons of them. I always liked playing cards. So it was cool to get these Dragon Ball Z ones, come in a nice box, nice plastic case. The quality is not the best I've seen, but they're also not those really flimsy, terrible, cheapo ones. So the back of them there, so it looks like that, Dragon Ball Z. Says Dragon Ball Z, but the back is quite clearly Dragon Ball. And yeah, lots of pretty cool pictures on them. There's the King of Spades, showing lots of different Gokus and things. Yeah, these are probably going to look terrible on camera, but oh well. Yeah, so nice designs on them, although there are some that sort of baffle me. Let's see if I can find the one that confused me. Yeah, lots of these are just sort of like high quality screenshots of the show, plus sort of like postery designs, I guess. Something stuck to the back of that one. Don't know why. Yeah, but then there's things like this, okay? What the fuck is that? Who is that? It's some monstrously fat Super Saiyan? What? What is that? Like, seriously, and I have no idea what the hell that's from. And when did Goku ride a bike? A motorcycle? Did we miss the episode where he got his license for that? I want the episode with him and Piccolo getting the motorcycle license. Yeah, so just, a lot of the designs are really cool. Dragon Ball Z stuff from movies as well. They're really nice designs. Yeah, there's that odd one, and then pretty sure there's this one with other Boo type creatures. So I don't know. Is it maybe from one of the Dragon Ball Z games? Because there are some of them that I haven't played where you can create your own characters and things. I don't know. Is it from those? I just don't know. Anyway, those are some very nice Dragon Ball Z playing cards. Anyway, cool designs on them. Okay, some DVDs. We have Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2 as well. And not forgetting Spider-Man 3. Got the whole trilogy. These cost 50p each, and they're also all three of them are the 2-disc special editions as well, so they got special features and things, which honestly I'm looking more forward to watching the special features than the actual films. I am not a fan. First Spider-Man was oh no, sorry, that's Spider-Man 3. There we go, get the order right. The first Spider-Man was kind of watchable at the time, didn't really like it. I grew up loving Spider-Man. The Spider-Man animated series during the mid-90s was awesome, one of my favourite shows. I was a huge Spider-Man fan, so when a live-action film came out, boy was I disappointed. Spider-Man 2, okay, supposedly one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I fucking hate it. Utter shite, but give it another chance. Sorry, the postie just came. Nothing for the video, sadly. Yeah, hated Spider-Man 2, but I will give it another shot because the reason I bought these is because I plan on doing some videos on them at some point in the future. Spider-Man 3 I've never even seen. Spider-Man 2 murdered my love for Spider-Man in cold blood. Bludgeoned it to death right in front of me. So, you know, there was just no way I was going to see Spider-Man 3, especially when it got bad reviews. The Spider-Man 2 got praised to, you know, shit, and I hated it. What was a film that got shat on completely going to be like for me? Yeah. So, not a fan of those ones. Thankfully, Spider-Man Homecoming finally brought Spider-Man to the big screen in a great way. But, yeah, so I bought these mainly to do a video on. 50p each, so can't really go wrong. And I wasn't going to fork out for the Blu-ray versions in case I still absolutely hate them. And last for a DVD pickup, Robot Wars 2017. 5-disc set, because it has Season 2 and Season 3 from the reboot that we saw. And unfortunately it then got cancelled. Why? Because BBC is stupid. They put it on at the same time as Blue Planet. Was it Blue Planet? That one, you know, with David Attenborough. The wildlife underwater, undersea show that everyone fucking loved, and you know, half the bloody country watched at the same time. BBC put this in competition with themselves, so it didn't get the viewership that it absolutely deserved. Especially the last season was fantastic. Yeah, so it's been cancelled, but we still have the shows on DVD. The first reboot season got Blu-ray release as well as DVD. This one just got DVD, sadly, but yeah, it's nice to own. 2 seasons, 5 discs. Excellent. Okay, we'll move on to some books. We've got some Star Warsy books. Currently reading this one, Star Wars Kenobi. And by currently reading, I mean I'm on chapter 4 and have been for months. I've just not really been into this one. This takes place, you know, after Order 66, and Kenobi is on Tatooine watching out for Skywalker, and stuff happens. 4 chapters in, and Kenobi's only appeared once. And I don't give a shit about the other characters that we've been introduced to so far, so I'm really struggling with that one. Hopefully I'll be able to break through and it might be really good. I don't know yet, I can't say if it's good or bad, I'm just struggling to read it at the moment. Choices of One from the excellent author of Timothy Zahn, who's best known for, you know, his stuff with Thrawn. And I'll also bring over Allegiance, also by Timothy Zahn. These two kind of go hand in hand. You basically got a group of soldiers who turn against the Empire. They're not really happy with how things are, but they still want to be stormtroopers and help keep the peace, and they're kind of good stormtroopers. And they end up meeting up with Mara Jade at one point and helping her out and working with her. Luke Skywalker shows up, they work with him and help him out. Mara Jade and Luke Skywalker work together as well at one point, and obviously this is before, you know, Luke kills the Emperor and Mara Jade hates Luke Skywalker, but they never actually meet in person. They only ever talk over like a radio walkie-talkie thingy. But yeah. And then of course Thrawn is in the background in certain things because, you know, Timothy Zahn, he's the Thrawn writer. And yeah, they're both really good. Some cool twists and turns there, and yeah, I really enjoyed those 2 books, and they basically go part of like a 9-book series of Thrawn-ness for Legends. Excellent stuff. Another great book is Star Wars Catalyst, a Rogue One novel, and this is basically the, you know, leading up to the Rogue One film. It shows, you know, Gale and Erso, him, how he met his wife, got together, what happened to them, how they came about, you know, the Death Star project essentially, and how Krennic was manipulating him and all things like that. Really good read, very good companion piece for the film. Speaking of Timothy Zane and Thrawn, we have the second Thrawn book, Thrawn Alliances. Obviously now, because the old Thrawn books are legends, these are now canon, and we're getting a new Thrawn trilogy from Timothy Zane again. This one is another excellent read, and it takes place during the Clone Wars and during the Emperor's reign. And you basically have, during the Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker meets up with Thrawn and they work together. And then you also have them during the days of the Empire, where it's Vader and Thrawn working together, and they also, some of the past comes back sort of to haunt them and things like that. And it's just a really, really good read. We get so much awesome Thrawnness and some cool Vader stuff too. Right, and then, Christ almighty, I thought I was struggling with the Kenobi book. Jesus Christ, this was awful. 40 stories celebrating 40 years of Star Wars from a certain point of view. Oh boy, it's basically 40 mini, tiny, weeny, itty bitty stories focusing on utterly random characters for the most part. During the events of A New Hope, and oh my god, is it dull as shit. Just, I can't say it. Almost all the stories are so boring and go on for far longer than they should for short stories. And then you get to good chapters like, oh, this one's about Boba Fett. It's like 3 pages long, and what does he do? It's just about him stood there. He's just standing. The deleted scene, or an extra scene they did for the special edition versions, where Jabba the Hutt and Han Solo meet up, and and Jabba's basically sort of like surrounded by bodyguards and bounty hunters, including Boba Fett, and this is just Boba Fett's point of view from standing there. And then there's Palpatine. He gets his own chapter. What the fuck is it? A poem. Oh, but it's okay because we get a chapter on the garbage monster from the Death Star. He gets a chapter. Fucking boring, shitty ass book. Okay, last 2 Star Wars books I'll go through for now. We have the Imperial Handbook and the Bounty Hunter Code, and these go along with the Jedi and Sith books as well. Really, really cool reads. Obviously going through the Imperial Handbook, all the rules and regulations, weapons, all the different factions and things like that. And then the Bounty Hunter Code, really cool stuff again. Because there's Bounty Hunter Code, there's so much in it that we just don't get from the films. There's like the Bounty Hunter Guild. And you don't just have any random guy, I'm a bounty hunter and just go out and get bounties. No, odds are he's going to get murdered. You have to be part of the guild, and pay towards the guild, and get access all the different benefits and that you get from being in there. And then of course with both of them you get annotations from people and things like that, like Boba Fett does a lot for this one. So those were great, and I think I got both of those for my birthday, so that was awesome. Okay, we'll continue with books, because I've only got a few left. Another one I got for my birthday is The Mafia at War. I'm a huge fan of mafia-related stuff. It's just also interesting to me. This one's about them during World War II and how they helped, believe it or not. Yes, they had ulterior motives. They were trying to get Lucky Luciano, or Luciano, however it's pronounced. Everyone says it different. They were trying to basically get him freed from prison, which eventually did happen, but on the condition that he had to leave the country and go back to Italy. So I'm very excited to read this. My friend works at the Pen and Sword Books publishing place, which is who did this. And he mentioned it to me, so I asked him, get me a catalogue and I'll have a look through, see if he got else. And it wasn't in the bloody catalogue. So it's like, what are you doing, mate? So clearly he's like, when it came to my birthday, 30th, I mentioned yesterday's video, everyone put together and got loads of cool stuff, and he obviously recommended that. So thank you, Adam. Next is a book that I only got a couple of days ago. I haven't even had a chance really to look through. Is the Nostalgia Nerd's Retro Tech. Nostalgia Nerd, YouTuber, and he posted this. It was on sale, flash sale down to £5, which is cheaper than what he gets the books from publisher. You know, he made the book. So yeah, it looks really cool, nice hardback, quality pages, lots of colour printing. It basically goes through game consoles and computers, from the Odyssey right up to the PS2, GameCube and Xbox. So I'm really looking forward to flicking through that. Next we have a comic book. Not typically into comics, but my brother randomly brought over a comic for me that I bought. Is Daredevil number 608. Was the newest one out, I think, at the time when he got it, like a month ago. And it's Matt Murdock versus Mike Murdock. Because Matt Murdock randomly has a brother, which is confusing as hell. As it turns out, he's not real, but he is real now, or something, and Daredevil's trying to delete him or something. I don't know, there's some weird shit. Comic books are weird. Yeah, but it was a decent enough read. I read it the day before the new Daredevil season came out on Netflix, which was awesome, by the way. The Kingpin is so good. And lastly, for a book, picked this up. I was in town a few months ago. So apparently this was supposed to be $22.99, on sale to £6, then on sale again to £5, and when I got to the till it only cost me £3. And it's Robot Wars, Build Your Own Robot. You got some interviews with some Roboteers and things like that, talking about building them, the revival of the show, and then at the back we have 3 different robots that it shows you how to build. So the first one is basically just really easy, basic one, essentially made out of cardboard, and it just moves about, it doesn't really do anything. The second one's a bit more complex. You've got a flipper robot, so you can see bits there of it, and then the third one is much more complex. It's a full heavyweight axe robot, and you know, that requires, you know, proper welding and tools and shit. The other one you can at least just sort of solder together, and yeah. So it's really interesting. I would very much love to one day make the flipper robot out of here. Yeah, so project for the future, maybe. Alright, lastly now we're on to Blu-rays. Picked up quite a few. Got Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I actually really only picked this up because I needed to add like £2 something to my basket on Amazon one time to get the free delivery, and this was £2 odd, brand new, so bought it. I quite enjoy the film, got the books as well to read at one point. Firefly, the complete series, awesome show, very big fan of the Firefly show. Already had Serenity on Blu-ray, the film that came after this, but needed to pick up the show. 3 Blu-rays, awesome stuff, and was nice and cheap as well, got it for just under a tenner. In my pickups video yesterday, my gaming stuff, I got the Shawshank Redemption UMD for the PSP, but I also picked it up on Blu-ray, so I can watch it in glorious high definition. So excellent film, haven't watched the Blu-ray yet. A nice cheaper film that I picked up, Kill the Irishman. I've seen this before, but I bought it on Blu-ray. Basically it's about Danny Green, a real life guy who was basically in a battle with the mafia back in the day, and they just could not kill the bastard, hence, you know, Kill the Irishman. Pretty fun, decent actiony mafia mobster town flick. I also got Expendables 2 and Expendables 3, already on the first one. These are fantastically fun films. It's just crazy action, just like the 80s, and you got a lot of 80s stars, and you got a lot of new stars, especially in the third one. They get a whole new team together, as well as the old guys. There's cameos everywhere, and so much fun. I ended up watching them both back to the back one night. Laid in bed watching it on my PS4, so headphones in through the wireless controller, which is a fantastic idea. Watched the second one and thought I could really watch the third one now, so I did. Great watches. Picked this up just because it was cheap, and you know, I like Star Wars. Star Wars Episode 7, yeah, it's okay, it's not fantastic, it's just a new hope, basically. But then I also picked up something good Star Wars related, Star Wars The Clone Wars. No, this is not the TV series, this was the film that predated it, And basically this is what introduced Ahsoka to the Star Wars universe, and then obviously she's a big part of the Clone Wars TV show. I already own this on PSP UMD, but I wanted it on Blu-ray, and trying to buy this brand new goes for quite a high price now for what it is, but I was able to pick it up for dirt cheap, second hand, so very happy. Some Marvel stuff. Got Agent Carter, the complete second series. I love the Agent Carter show. We only got 2 series. It was cancelled, ended on a cliffhanger, so we'll never find out what the fuck was going on. Damn it, it was great. It got cancelled. It shouldn't have been cancelled. Bring it fucking back. I also got Daredevil, the Netflix show, season 1. Rewatched this, then season 2 before season 3, and season 1 is still so fucking good. Along with season 3 of Daredevil and season 1 of Punisher, it's up there with my favourite of the Netflix shows. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the complete 3rd season. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., fantastic show. A lot of people wrote it off after the first few episodes, who were really sort of like generic-y style, but once Captain America Winter Soldier happened, and we had the fallout with Hydra showing up, the show got so good. And you know, Ward is one of the best villains on the show, and season 3 he plays a rather huge part, so excellent. And it just got renewed for a 7th season, even though season 6, which is going to air next year, was supposed to be the final one. And it was only getting half a season, it's only getting like 12, 13 episodes instead of 22, whatever. But it's already been renewed for another season after that, so awesome. And lastly, we have Dragon Ball Z movie collections, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. These are fantastic films, especially Battle of Gods might be my favourite Dragon Ball Z film. And yes, these are Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball Super. These were Dragon Ball Z films and then got remade into Dragon Ball Super sagas. And the sagas, obviously go on a bit longer, have more in them. The Battle of Gods saga is okay, but I think it drags on a little too much and we have too much filler at the start of it. The film is far superior, and there's also, I think it's an extended version that I've got. You get like an extra 20 minutes of it. Resurrection F. The film is good, the saga is good, but there are bits from the saga that I think would have worked better in the film. We get more of Frieza during his training, what happened, a bit of backstory with that, rather than, yes, I think I'll train for 4 months and be more powerful. And then next thing we know, he just appears on Earth and it's been months and he's powered up. We don't get those. Plus Captain Ginyu returns in the show, and that's awesome. Yes, so very excellent films, and these are actually the only Dragon Ball Z related things I own on either DVD or Blu-ray. While I am a huge fan of the shows, I can't find the versions that I want to buy on DVD or Blu-ray, just because there are that many, the different dubs and things that aired, and different people were behind them, and different versions of it all, and I'm partial to the ones that I originally saw on Cartoon Network and Toonami back in the day. Those are the versions that I want on DVD or Blu-ray, but it doesn't appear that those versions are the ones that are on DVD or Blu-ray. So, maybe one day I'll just buy whatever's out there, but for now, yeah, I've probably got a better chance just buying the films. So, good place to start with those two. And that's it for my non-gaming pickups during my hiatus. Mainly Blu-rays and books, but that's pretty much, outside of gaming, that's pretty much all I do. Watch films, TV shows, or read books. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'm Big Cal, and I'll see you again next time.